Mr. Cardoso on, asking that he gives an idea of the solutions he's going to prefer to that problem. And also, what will be your own agenda for Mr. Cardoso if he is confirmed today? We're all citizens of the country and we're experiencing it personally. So based on your personal experience with the financial policies that have been put forward by this administration, what do you expect from Mr. Cardoso if he's confirmed today? Also, we're going to be having a conversation about the APC's response to reports that have been circulating about fuel subsidy being back. As you know, the PDP via their spokesperson earlier had, accused the APC administration of returning subsidy back, or bringing back fuel subsidy. And now the APC has responded, the party has responded, and they have said it is not subsidy, it is government intervention. We had to do that to minimize the biting consequence of the fuel subsidy removal. So we have not at all returned a subsidy. That news is fake news. That's what they're saying. What we did was intervene as the government. So now the question we're asking you, do you agree with the APC? Do you think this is just the PDP opposition playing politics? And also, do you agree that the intervention by government to stabilize PMS prices does not amount to a reintroduction of subsidy? As always, let's hear from FUHAD before we open the phone lines. FUHAD, thank you for standing by.
Yeah, thank you, Sage.
Yes.
I'm going to make it very, very fast. The first issue, Mr. Cardoso, again, it just requires a simple majority of the Senate to confirm him. I think he's going to scale that order. Again, we have a Senate that is well aligned with the president, and so I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem getting Mr. Cardoso confirmed by the president today. Whether the screening would address critical questions is what I don't know, because again, the Guardian newspaper has done a fantastic job to highlight the major issues facing the CBN at this time. I think the first issue would be what we are going to do about this forex crisis. It's a free fall now. It's a complete free fall. There's nothing holding it back. I'm just hoping that before we get to December, we're not looking at 2,000 naira to $1. God forbid.
God forbid bad thing. FUHAD, please.
God forbid bad thing. We can only hope. You know, some of us, when the dollar hits 100 naira, we are taught that. No. When it in the past,
okay.
Maybe the early 90s, mid 90s, when eventually dollar hit 100 naira. Some of us are thought that we would never witness 1,000 naira to $1.
Sure.
But in our lives now, we are seeing it happen. So, so we can say God forbid, but I think that it's beyond us just wishing and hoping or praying.
Right.
We just have to do the right thing. We have countries in the world that have had a stable currency against the dollar for more than 2 decades. I gave the example of UAE yesterday. That's a country that has been able to stabilize its local currency against the dollar, at least in the last 15 years. It has not shifted one bit, and it's just about doing the right thing. What are the things giving us forex? What are we earning forex from? So I expect you to really look at all of those things, those indices. And I think the second one would have to be about accountability from the CBN. Like I said earlier in the morning, may we never see what happened during the meeting again. Where the CBN was run like a private entity, no accountability, no probity, it was run as if it was just about an Emefiele thing. So at least we would like to hear what Mr. Cardoso will say about openness, transparency of operations and actions of the CBN under his tenure as governor of that bank. And I think, again, it must be impressed on him that the account of the CBN should be made public. We must know what is going on. Yes, it is the Apex Bank. It's supposed to be an independent arm, but we must know what is happening to the Apex Bank of the country. So I missed all our issues I think the Senate would raise with him today. But I must say I don't envy him. It's coming at a time where confidence in that body is at the lowest. Whether he's going to be able to, bring that confidence back, address all of these critical issues and resolve them, we'll wait to see what happens when he takes over the mantle of leadership at the CBN with his other 4 deputy governors. They have a lot of work to do, a whole lot of work to do. I don't envy them. And then on the APC saying something is not bad, it's just an intervention. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's better to just keep quiet than embarrass yourself, make a ridiculous statement. The figures are there, the facts are there. The government has not responded because they know those facts are incontrovertible. The reality is that subsidy is back. Whatever government is doing, maybe leveraging on the NNPC or whatever, to intervene to stabilize the price of PMS, shows that something is going on. And that thing is subsidy, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can never regulate a deregulated market. Immediately government begins to regulate a deregulated market, it means that subsidy is back. And that is why it is important that the government must come out going on this. If subsidy is back, let us know that subsidy is back. You know, this backdoor arrangement of introducing subsidy and keeping quiet will not work. And that's why as journalists we keep saying it. The government must be accountable and open and truthful to the people. And for the APC to try to politicize it, for me, it is shameful, it is embarrassing. As a party, I think they should go away from the era of propaganda and face governance. They are in power now for more than 8 years. And I think they should have removed themselves from the idea of propaganda and misinformation to focus on proper governance and truthfulness to the people.
FUHAD, thank you so very much for your perspective on the matter. Now we're going to open the phone line so that our listeners can call in and give their 2 cents as well. You can reach us via Facebook, Mainland 98.3 FM. You can do so via the phone lines 0913 6000 410. That is 0913 6000 410. If you want to send a WhatsApp message or a text message, you can send it through the number 0913 6000 430. That is 0913 6000 430. Every single caller has just 2 minutes for analysis. That means you have 1 minute per story. That is the best way to distribute your time. And please, once we start to indicate that it's time for you to round off your submission, I implore you to please round off your submission. Again, be reminded that you are on a public platform. We will not accommodate any form of character assassination or the use of crude and disrespectful words on radio. So please let us be very circumspect as we call in to contribute. Let's take our first phone call for the day. Hello. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. Your name, where you're calling from?
This is Ben from 𝗪𝗧𝗧.
All right.
Yeah, any monetary policy that still continue to support dollarized economy will never work. That's my personal opinion. Look, America has made their dollar to be the global currency, but it's killing the poor countries all over the world. It's killing. Let me tell you, no matter anything, if we don't go into currency swap, with China, with some other country, like Ghana or other country like that, we tell Ghana, look, we are not trade with dollars. Any trade we are doing with you is going to be between your currency and our naira. Do it within China. If we don't do this, no matter any currency policy, it's going to fail. That is that. The secondly, on the issue of APC, look, they don't need to tell us. Like I've been saying this, subsidy is bad, not what are good. But I've said it before. When they are complaining, life is so difficult for us, they increase the fuel subsidy. And that's when I told you I read the news last time, he said if the price likely to continue more than this, government will intervene. Means the subsidy is coming back. So we should take it. Nobody should criticize the government. That's what Nigeria has for. Nigeria said they cannot bear more than the current price. So we shouldn't be expecting another APC student and friend. Everybody is supposed to look at everything, look at our senses that they look. Subsidy is bad because we all have already that it will be bad before the subsidy, so that the price will not go more than this.
Thank you.
That is it. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Yes, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, Lady Sage, God bless you. What of my friend FUHAD?
He's doing great. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, this is Barrister Peter calling from Mainland.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Yes, on the issues we are focusing on this morning. First of all, on the confirmation of the president's nominee, yes, Mr. Cardoso. Well, I don't know much of his CV, but we assume that is a core professional. All I will advise him is to avoid the pitfalls that dog the former central bank governor. He should make sure that he focus on the job as a professional, not as a politician, because the last central bank governor was more of a politician than as a professional. The central bank cannot be an appendage of the president, because there will be conflict of interest. You should not go into giving loans for rice farming and all that. That is not the job of the CBN governor, And then he should ensure that he restores the cloud of our currency. Let me say, when I was going to America in 1975, September 8th, I was going to America to study. The naira was 77 kobo to $1. The naira was higher than the dollar, and look at what it is today. So he should restore our pride, the pride of the naira, so that other countries will have respect for us. When our currency is useless, yes, then there's no much you can do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume on your radio. When you call, turn down the volume on your radio. Hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we're with you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning,
yes,
sir.
First of all, I give kudos to the last speaker for bringing us to memory lane as far as, what is happening in Nigeria before. Look, you see, Nigeria, like you said, that period is talking about, Naira superseded your dollars. What is happening in Nigeria at that time? Nigeria is producing. We have cocoa. We are producing cocoa. The northerners are producing granite. We have a lot of things we are producing. So that was what is happening that time. What are we producing now? We should ask ourselves. Even our OPEC quota, we cannot meet it up. So we're in a problem. So that's the way I look at it, and realistic. As much as government is still determining, the price of crude oil is determined by dollars. The increment of petrol in Nigeria will continue to rise in as much as our refinery is not working. So that's the fundamental truth. Unless our government, resuscitate our refinery, So all this hide and seek, they are doing is the subsidy is back because the determination of petrol is determined by naira, by dollar. So that's the issue. Or the issue of the Cardoso, in actual fact, I don't expect much from him. Because what is happening is there's a lot of rot that Emefiele has done on ground, or a lot of commitment he has committed Nigeria in terms of finance. So what do we expect from him to do? So as far as I'm concerned, as far as he is concerned, there's a lot of problem which is going to be met. So Nigeria should not expect more from him. Though he has a wider experience, what is doing, but we give him respect because there's a lot of damage on the ground. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Have a better day. Thank you so much for calling. FUHAD, does that mean that we need to give more time to Dr. Yemi Cardoso? Because these are fundamental issues that he needs to deal with first of all. And most of the solutions to these problems are long term. There's nothing he can do right now.
He's not going to do magic. Don't expect magic from him.
So let's be patient.
Of course, we will have to. But again, he has to show the willingness to do the right thing. He has to show that, look, he wants to go on the right path, so that people can now trust him and give him that needed time. He must get the confidence of the people by one or two steps he makes. So if he takes a misstep, and then that's a problem.
I don't know about restoring trust, because Nigerians know to forgive people.
No. If you do the right things, Nigerians can always trust him. Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that. Let's go to Facebook very briefly and take the messages we've gotten so far. Steve Uyi says, good morning to you. Nigeria Labour Congress, they're not being serious. How can you go to work with expensive transportation fare and the high cost of living, and you're still being paid salary wage? Everything is to be determined by dollar rate except salary. What they pay in other countries compared to the value of naira is higher. Okay, no, I can't take the last part of your message, but thank you very much, 𝗵𝗍𝗍. We appreciate you for sending us a message. On WhatsApp, we have here, good morning, I'm Sam from Magodo. Cardoso has been the president's friend, so the Senate screening him is like every modern human taking a bath. The government should come out clean with subsidy and stop playing Nigerians. We don't need all this propaganda. They should make life easy for Nigerians and deal with themselves because they are the issues. All right, Sam from Magodo, thank you very much. A message here says, good morning, Sage, FUHAD, and the listeners. The present administration is not sincere and honest. That has only injected government financial support into the economy. Okay, that it has only injected government financial support into the economy. The money injected is fuel subsidy. It is a big slap on the masses of Nigerians. I am Adeleye in Festac Extension, Lagos. FUHAD, we'll go back to taking phone call, but then if whether they call it intervention, whatever the nomenclature they want to put on it, where did that money come from? Because I know that it was not budgeted for. So where exactly is the money from?
No, basically we are leveraging on the NNPC.
The NNPC.
As it is, they are still the sole importer of this product.
Okay.
Maybe through their contractors and all of that. So there are remittances that are supposed to come to government.
Okay.
And so what we just do is, okay, take this away, adjust it here and there. So basically what we're doing is to leverage on the fact that NNPC is still the sole importer.
Right.
And so that intervention in itself means that somebody is paying for the margin, that extra margin.
So what's not the essence of all the licenses that they give out? I know what's all that.
The guys are complaining. They can't even import the
So
dollars.
what was the point of the whole license?
We said it now that whether you like even give 1 million licenses, with what we have, there are people who will not still be able to bring in PMS. Because they are complaining that dollars is not available for them.
My chest is tight. I'm moving on. Hello, good morning to you.
Untight it.
Good morning to you. Hello. All right, please try to make it back. 0913-6000-410. Hello. Hello, good morning. Yes, morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. FUHAD.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is 𝗃𝗍𝗁 from 𝗃𝗃𝗁.
Morning,
Welcome.
Sir. Yeah, I think on the aspect of expectation from CBN approved governor. Well, I don't know because there's a lot on ground. I don't know where it's going to start from because this issue of dollar now, edging above the threshold of 1,000. Do you understand? It's not because we are just majorly on oil. What are we importing? Look at Mr. FUHAD. What are we importing now?
Exporting.
We are having this mono-economic product that we are just depending on now. For example, whether God has blessed us with other mineral resources on the ground, we don't tap them. You understand? We just believe just go and leave the crude oil, sell it out, make quick money. You understand? There are a lot of other natural sites you can develop for tourism, for sightseeing. People will come in, you understand? They bring in forest. You go and see what is happening in Dubai. Did Dubai oil have oil? They don't have oil. They make their city very attractive. People come there. You understand? You see a lot of things. See a lot of national sites in Cross River. It's just the two. So that develop all those places. You understand? What about mineral resources? Apart from oil, you understand? We have gold. We have other work like that. Thank God we have created a ministry of this thing now. You understand? They give it to 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Let 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 work now. Even marine economy. Let them look into order and just and stop focusing on oil. So that at least we can go to import something that is going to bring value to our own currency. You understand? So let him work on that one as CBN governor with other ministers. And secondly, the issue of 𝗃𝗃𝗁𝗃 telling us that, you see, when you start something without due process and diligence, this is going to be. You understand? The president recently gave us pronounced subsidy is gone. And this is what I'm saying now. I didn't start down in his office and look at books, look at records, and look at all this before you pronounce subsidy gone. We wouldn't have gone to find ourselves in this situation.
Thank you.
They are paying subsidy now, and they say they are not paying. The palliative you are paying now, when you calculate the whole money, it's not up to pay subsidy.
Thank you.
So just like what you said now, who are they deceiving? Are they deceiving themselves now? They feel the problem is more than they can carry.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Madam Fish and Mr. FUHAD.
Good morning,
Good morning.
This Edward calling from Sango.
All right.
Yes, we have a lot of talking. Government activities, they are telling us what they need to do, and they are not doing it. And we are in a democratic setting. We are not in the military setting. And the way our manner they are ruling us is as if that
than the military government. The democracy is the democracy Nigeria spread their mind. It's because Nigeria never stand on their feet and approach government in form of protest that enough is enough. And when this thing is not done, Nigeria will not get it right. If you look at this present government, they say they want to remove the subsidy. And now they want to do intervention. That intervention on what manner? That means it's propaganda. And it's enjoying. And look at how the poor masses are suffering. Unless Nigeria stands quick and approach the government. Protest is not an offense. Protest is something that the government is supposed to know and the state decision that this thing they are doing is wrong to the masses. Are they not ruling us? We are the people that are ruling. So let them do the right thing. Look at Buhari government wasted 8 years. And this present government is still doing their own. Let the masses wake up. And all these people that are supporting bad government to stop it. They are not doing the country any favor. Let us speak with one voice. The government are cheating the masses.
Thank you.
Let us stop it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Yes, we appreciate your submission. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, my apologies. I don't know the volume on your radio, please. Hello. Hello. All right, please try to call us back if you can. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
I see that completely. Good morning, friend.
Good morning,
Welcome,
sir.
Yes, so I will be saying this now every time that the moment the prices of dollars goes up against the naira, the price will skyrocket again, will go up again. So this intervention they are doing now, just like you have said, it's another subsidy being paid. And unless they build our refineries, the price will still go up, no matter how they intervene. The dollar moves to 1,200, which will definitely go. The price will go up to 1,000. There's nothing they can do. They better be prepared. Know what to do about building our refineries fast. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, BABALOLA.
Good morning to you, Prince Wise.
On to you, Mr. FUHAD.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. You see, the National Assembly, I would like them to put a question before the minister. That is it possible for them to revalue the naira now? Because as it is now, there's a time when Solula was the governor of Central Bank, was after the revaluation, we call it solution then. So can it be possible now? That's the question I want them to put before this man. And I pray for him to succeed. For the subsidy, for me, nothing concerns me whether you call it subsidy or intervention. President has said all this as guarding my heart. Where the rule are saying it will go to 700 naira, it will go to 800 naira. He said it won't be more than it is now. If somebody now asks me where did money come from, I will point direct to the NFPC. Those who get license to bring fuel, they should stop there if they don't get naira to bring it. Now, NFPC is the sole importer of fuel to the country. And now they were smiling to the bank with the dollar they are getting from the crude that is reaching to $25. Papa, sometimes ago in this country, we had that they sell the $50, $70, but today net $5. It means where we are bringing to the form of global swear. Let the NFPC do manners and flaws. They are making a lot of money for crude oil. They must now manage the one that they are adding to defraud they are bringing to the country. That's what the friend said. I don't bother whether they call it subsidy, intervention, anything that's better than that of Nigeria is my own making, and that's what I want. Go to this now.
Thank you, Prince Wise.
This is going to for naira. No, the those will don't complain. But when you want to fuel, we have to complain. That's what I'm saying. It's not go higher than it is now. And that's everything.
So whatever anybody say, for me, as a patriotic Nigeria.
Thank you so very much, Prince Wise. We appreciate your patriotism. We have to go to the messages that we've gotten so far. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. This is Godwin from Ilasa. This is the meaning of subsidy: a sum of money granted by the state or a public body to help an industry or business keep the price of a commodity or service low. The truth is that the lies of the government will completely affect the nation. Fuad, nothing stops our naira from exchanging 2,000 for $1 if this government refuses to think and work wisely as against this propaganda. For Mr. Cardoso and his team, he has a good educational and professional address, but he who pays the piper will be the one to dictate the tune. To save this country, every citizen has to come out clean, to be truthful, else we cannot imagine what will befall the land in the nearest time. God help us. God help us indeed. Thank you so much for your message. Good morning, my Mainland FM people and the listeners. My name is 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗂𝗪 from Jakonde Estate. Why are we wasting our time discussing the CBN governor that is a rubber stamp candidate of the president? Who among them in the Senate committee has the guts to query or ask questions? The Senate is follow house. Who will redeem us in this country? All right, that's your perspective. Thank you so much. Good morning to you all in the studio. Our government can be clueless. There is no innovation. This is the only country that produces crude oil and does not have a working refinery. Please, is building a refinery rocket science? If Niger Delta guys can refine crude oil, but government calls it illegal refinery, but yet they don't have a legal one. OPEC is supposed to give our country matching order to get one or more refinery.
No concern.
That's what I'm saying. OPEC. But they won't because they benefit from it. God bless Nigeria. It's not about benefit. It's none of their business. Like it's an organization of petroleum exporting countries. It's not their business.
Not to tell
you have your quota. Bring your quota.
I don't do refinery. That's already.
Hi, Mainland FM. On the issue of the new CBN governor, well, the incoming, his appointment is automatic. And even if he does not pass the screening, he will still be sworn in.
No.
That's not how it works. Let's not work with that mentality. On the issue of the response by the APC party, the question, what is the difference between subsidy and intervention? Are they not the same thing? Unless we want to say the government intervened in a negative way, until we diversify and do all the things we're supposed to do, but physically and monetarily, we will have dollar at 1.5 by December, and this is not a God forbid thing. Sean said this is not about God forbid. But still, God forbid. Sean, please. I'll take 2 messages from Facebook and go back to the phones, okay? Please pardon me. I just want to get all the contributions via all the different platforms that we have announced. Now, for Facebook, Joshua Andova says, good morning. My name is Joshua from Oregon. About the CBN governor, I don't know how he's going to handle this problem that has been caused by so it's to see what these people take us for. Thank you, Joshua, for your message. Lawrence James says, good morning, House. I understand there has been a lot of damage on ground, but the president should know this is why he was elected. Whichever way to fix our refinery and make life easy for the masses should be done. Thank you so very much for your message. Let's go back to taking calls. Hello. Hello. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, we're with you. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Joe from Bariga.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Joe.
Please, let us tell Mr. President to revise, to come back to this policy. This policy is not working. This floating of naira is not working. So please, so that we don't plunge to Venezuela policy. Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Sage, the wise one.
Good morning, sir. Pastor Ambrose.
Fuad, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
We thank God for another day. I met the program halfway, but I'm sure you are talking about a few our refineries. Am I correct?
The subsidy, the alleged subsidy that the government says, or the APC says, is government intervention.
Mr. President said they should let the poor breathe. And as we are talking now, the ostentatious living of the politicians has never been in question. The poor that they say they should breathe, they cannot afford anything. The other day I went to Lagos, 𝗀𝗶𝗃, because you can't even drive again. 𝗀𝗶𝗃 gas filling station bought fuel 2,000 naira. It wasn't up to 4 liters. I asked him, how do you manage?
how do you manage? In some part of Nigeria now, a cup of Derica is 1,000 naira of rice. There is no end in sight. Even with the subsidy, the naira is crashing. I still say it that the naira should be $1. I see where we have found ourselves. The solution to this country is for us to find how we can build our refineries, give Nigerians life, then make sure that the policies and whatever we do, we patronize the Nigerian product, and it has to start from the presidency. All of them should stop foreign trade. Nigeria has what it takes. Even the president says that Nigeria should not suffer. What the president needs to do is to be bold enough to step on toes. As I'm talking to you now, the president knows who and who they are the problem of this country, but he's not ready to touch them. And that's why we are where we are today. Let us deceive ourselves. The CBN governor cannot do anything concerning this subsidy.
Thank you very much,
it's just an appointment.
Thank you.
Please, Mr. President, fix our refinery.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Hello. Hello. All right, please try to call us back if you can. 0913-6000-410 for phone calls, WhatsApp and text messages. 0913-6000-430. Facebook and YouTube is Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus. We're having a conversation about expectations of Dr. Yemi Cardoso, if, of course, he's confirmed by the Senate following the screening that is happening today. We're asking you the questions, your expectations of him against the backdrop of the plethora of issues that bedevil the financial sector in the country at this moment. And with regards to whether or not subsidy is back, the APC has responded to the allegations leveled against them. They say this is a government intervention rather than a subsidy. So do you agree with this point of view that they are pushing? And also, do you agree that this intervention by the government will in any way stabilize the price of PMS? That is a summary of the conversation we're having this morning on Mainland Focus. Again, call us 0913-6000-410. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, good morning, sir.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, so far, 𝗃𝗃𝗁𝗁 from Shomolu.
Good morning, sir.
Fuad, if I may ask, how independent is the CBN governor?
He's supposed to be independent, because he said, "Ow." I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. Now, because otherwise, whatever they want to do, irrespective of the amount of advice we give to them, I find out that if those people that we say they are independent, judiciary, the CBN, at the end of the day, we find out that, like the other time, when Emefiele was Binidadi, it was Buhari, the president, that came out to talk that I'm the one that gave him the support or the power to do this. So he was not actually independent. That's why I'm asking that question. Because no matter what we say here, if he's not actually that completely independent, our advice to him makes nothing. Maybe what I will owe him is my prayers, that the spirit of the living God should be upon him to do the right thing. He does not need my advice. I think he needs my prayer, because he will never work with my advice. But if God touches him and directs him, he will do the right thing. Whatever they call something, all Nigerians need to live a comfortable life, like people in a country that have all this wealth, all the amount of resources that we have. We are not supposed to be where we are today. I was in Abeokuta, I think that was in the 80s. Naira was not up to, Naira was not up to Naira. I can still remember. But this is where we are today. It is not intervention or that means what? Nigeria today is beyond Nigerians' advice. So it's just in the hands of God we do. That until God will do what he wants to do. I'm telling you, we are helpless. Thank you.
Mr. Peter, we appreciate your call. Fuad, please let me pick your brain for like a minute. Mr. Peter mentioned something. Do you think that there are some key positions that we should elect people rather than appoint them if we really want to cement the independent notion that we push regarding this position?
Yes, of course. That's why we talk about reforms. There are a lot of reforms that we need. For example, the electoral body, INEC.
Yes.
Justice Weiss actually talked about appointment of the INEC chairman and all of that, taking it away from the hand of the president, making it an independent process where people apply for the job. The NJC sits on it, and independent, but so it becomes something of a proper independence, at least at the level of appointment of the INEC chairman and the resident electoral commissioners. So and even the CBN too, to a great extent, we need to look at how to further make that body completely independent of the president. Where they can perform their duties. Look, I was listening to the Attorney General of the United States recently, and he said to the Congress that I'm not the lawyer of the president. That my job is to defend the law of the United States, that is not representing the president. But here you have a situation where the Attorney General is
speaking on behalf
of the government, sometimes even defending the president and all that. We saw that with Malami, and that's why people are even saying that, can we just separate the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice? So a lot of reforms that we need to do in the country.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Morning to you, Sage and FUHAD engineer Ni here from Yaba.
Nice to have you. Good morning.
We are talking of subsidy that the APC said is not subsidy, it's intervention. I have said from the opposite time that subsidy as a thing is a scam. Give me money for my government to stay. But the way our manner we go about it is what concerns me. You don't even come with a policy that you cannot sustain. Because look at the rate of naira to dollar now because of the subsidy removal, and we are groaning under this way, and we don't know what to do about it again. So it is subsidy, it is still subsidy, but like Ambrose suggested, that we need to fix our refinery to export product, not to be putting ourselves under unemployment while we create employment for the other countries of the world. Those are the areas we should look into. And so, Cardoso or no Cardoso, politicians, there must be the politics that they take the tune now. And they said they have the certificate. When there are people that don't have the certificate, they're asking to do something. We have the experience of Buhari for 8 years. We argue about the certificate. 8 years, we are suffering for it now. We are now starting another one. Cardoso or no Cardoso, like the person that talked just now, that we should pray for them. We can pray for them, but they should remember the masses as well. We don't need money. We don't have to be printing money as ways and manner, the ways and means that we experience under Ewepele. That they said we are educated mind in Nigeria. We should continue to cry out and cry loud against any policy that is not in tandem with what will move Nigeria forward and give people peace and tranquility. It is that is very germane, and we should work at it and not allow anybody to just be dictating on to the masses. And we are heading nowhere.
Thank you so very much, Anjiani. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Babalola.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, FUHAD, good morning. Yeah, you have been holding on the line from Fagba this morning.
It's been a while. Welcome.
Yeah. FUHAD, may I just ask this question about Balola? Are we not in this country between 1993 and 1998?
No, it's not.
Even at that point in time, the country was under tension. United Nations sanctioned us, Commonwealth sanctioned us, virtually all the Western world sanctioned Nigeria, and yet we survived it. Dollar was the exchange rate was about 11 or 10 naira to a dollar, and stable for that period of 5 years. And at that point in time, the refineries were partially working, not that it's to full capacity. But we survived it. What economic method time that all these our economics around now cannot apply? Even despite the fact we are in democratic dispensation, if we are talking that, okay, suppose we are saying that we are not exporting,
That's the reason why the dollars are pressing the naira every day. Tell me, what is the report is expecting? That their CFA is more stronger than naira. Tell me what the Libyans are exporting that makes their currency stronger than naira. Tell me what the Kuwait are exporting. Is it not only the crude oil Libya and Kuwait are exporting? Why can't we be exporting our business, our refining here, and make sure that the naira is stronger?
Thank you.
I don't know what is the problem. Since 1999 to date,
Thank you.
dollar was just in fact, the way the dollar just moved from 1999 to date, it's not something to write home about.
Thank you so much, sir. Fuad, would you like to say something about that? I mean, I can understand the over-dollarization of our economy is a major problem. I mean, we even have the BRICS country talking about minimizing using dollar for trade in their country. But then if we reference the period in time that Mr. Abiodun is talking about, I wasn't around, but I would like to think that our situation wasn't that worse. Can we just do that? De-dollarize our economy?
Well, again, the reason why our economy is heavily dollarized, it still goes back to the fact that, look, we don't have functional refineries.
Well,
and so all of the dollars we make from sale of crude still goes back into funding subsidy payment, goes back into importation of PMS. At that time, even though our refineries were not working to full capacity, they were still working. So we had some level of, self-sustenance in terms of local refining and all of that. But we're getting to a point where a single liter of oil is not refined in any of those 4 refineries.
Right.
And so we are back to a situation where, there's so much corruption with crude oil theft. Agriculture is also a problem. Our farmers cannot go to farm because, again, you talked about food prices were relatively stable at that time. Insecurity was not this widespread in the north, so farmers were able to farm. The north central, we didn't have this issue of too much, farmers being killed. There were other farmer clashes, but not as bad as it is. So, too many things that happened from 1999 till date. A lot of them, people think is still as a result of the fact that, look, we have played too much politics with all of these things. So it still goes back to the fact that we need to ask ourselves, what have we gained from democracy from 1999 till date? So when people talk about the fact that we need to do currency swap and all of that, even the big economies of the world still have to go back.
Minimize the use.
You can minimize the use. You don't need to run away from dollars. It's not a problem. We just need to earn more importing. At that time, we earn enough dollars. Dollars is not the problem.
So even if we have to do expenditure, it's still, it doesn't affect our...
Just earn more, really. Just find a way to earn more.
The Senate for confirmation after allowing him and his deputies to assume office, reactive rather than proactive. Then on who removed the subsidy, what is 𝗵𝗃𝗁 trying to say? Fair, thank you for your message. Dixon Felix says, also on Facebook, the issue of house, I understand there has been a lot of damage on ground, but the president should know that is why he was elected. He should do everything he can to fix the refineries and make life easy for the masses. Kinsley, thank you so much for your message. Now to WhatsApp. Hello, Mainland FM. On the issue of the new CBN, his appointment is almost automatic, and even if he does not, I already read this particular message. Thank you. Let's see other ones here. Sage and Mr. Fuad, I greet you appropriately. Mr. Fuad, if subsidy is back, technically, how come I'm still buying fuel at 590 naira per litre? Let it not be true that subsidy is back yet. Nigerians are still buying it at higher price because the masses won't mind descending on petrol stations. Well, I beg, clear this out for me. Let me know now because I'm confused. In order that we don't hold on to the wrong information, can you tell us the true position of things? So, he's saying that we should help to clarify so people don't think it is the petrol stations trying to extort the people.
The reason why you're still buying at 580, 590, 617 is because ordinarily what Ipman is saying and what experts are saying is that with $95 per barrel of crude oil prices, with the dollars at 1,000 at the black market, i.e. 770 something. The reason why we are still buying at that price is because government is doing something. Call it intervention, call it whatever. Ordinarily, it
should have gone up.
You should be buying
like 900
naira per litre ordinarily. So the fact that it's still at 580, 590, 617 is because government is regulating it to keep the price at that level.
Yeah, so like this intervention by the government does not mean that we'll go back to buying at 1.5. It's just that it will prevent an increase.
When we say subsidy is back, it's not going to take it to the pre-subsidy era. The pre-subsidy is back era.
It would prevent rather
from rising further. Yeah, that's right. But for how long will the government keep,
We don't know about that. So please, it's not the filling stations, or is that they're not in any way swindling you. So please,
it's what they buy that they are selling.
That's what they're saying here. So I mean, they also do artificial scarcity. They are not innocent. They sometimes, do it, but then it's not. They have nothing to do with this. All right. So thank you very much. This is where we're going to end the conversation for Mainland Focus. We appreciate all your submissions. We see you on Facebook, on WhatsApp, the phone calls. We definitely love that you're paying attention to the work that we're doing here. But we're going to leave the studio very briefly, and when we come back at 9:45 a.m., it will be time for Global View. This is where we take a look at what is going on in the international.
Lagos, the center of excellence, 861 hectares. The state's